All right, let's do it. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. This is Knights of the Ether in our upcoming deck building game. This is still in alpha. This has been in alpha for a few months now. We've had about 40 or 50 Knight holders come in and play and test it out and help us with all the balancing and bug fixing. So shout out to all of you who are in the crowd. That's been a huge help. But now, we're getting to the point where we're kind of ready to start sharing it with the wider kind of Web3 space. So I see a lot of new faces in here as well, a lot of new usernames. Thanks for joining us. We're going to kind of walk through the gameplay here. You get to watch me play. If there's any questions you have or any kind of comments at all, I kind of encourage you to go over to general chat and share your thoughts there. And I'll do my best to kind of look back and forth between the gameplay and the Discord and answer any questions you guys have. So yeah, thanks for being here. I'm excited to show you guys what we got in store. So that was the login screen. Here is where you kind of will choose your knight, and in a later update here for closed beta, we'll have an armory where you'll be able to choose any of the knights you own, and they all have their own unique kind of in-game character. So this is the one we're playing as today. And to start out here, I'm going to go kind of slow, explain a lot about, what's going on for people who maybe haven't seen this type of genre of game before. And then as we move into it, I'll speed up a little bit. So to start, you'll choose one of 4 royal houses. In ranked play, you'll have kind of different items to choose from to be able to spend your fief token on that you get from, playing this game or from playing our Squires game. And those give you kind of boosts just for that game that you're playing through for the ranked leaderboards. So start it off here, and we'll go through the portal, and this is our map. And so the way the game kind of works is you move from node to node across the map. There's kind of different things you can do. There's standard combats, there's merchants where you can buy things. There's spirit wells where you can either rest and restore some of your HP or upgrade one of your cards. Treasure chests. Elite combats, which are like more difficult combats. You kind of play all the way through and get to the final boss. And so this is Act 1, and that's what we'll play through today, if I can make it all the way. I'm not an S tier competitor here, but I'll do my best. But yeah, so let's jump right into the first combat here. So this is kind of your standard combat screen. This is the way it starts out for every combat. You're fighting against different monsters, but to start, you have 3 energy, and that is how many kind of different cards you can play. So for example, this card you can see costs 1 energy. This card you can see costs 2 energy. You get to choose, okay, how am I going to divvy up my 3 energy for this turn? So let's go ahead and play. So you can see here, this is what the enemy is going to be doing. They're going to attack for 5, and they're also going to defend. So this is kind of their intent, so you get to see what they're about to do next turn, so you can play your cards based off of that information. So for sure here, we want to gain 10 defense overall, so that way they don't do any damage to us. So we're going to start by playing these 2 cards. And then we'll attack 1 for 5 damage. And there you go. That's the first turn. We end our turn. Now they get to go. And then it's back to our turn again. So now they're about to do the same thing, which is 5 damage and defend. Let's see what we should do here. Let's read a couple of these new cards that we have. So you always start out with kind of the same starting deck for your knight character. And as you go, you'll see we'll add more cards to it. So these are some of the cards you start with. You have 4 attacks, 4 defends. This Find Weakness, just deal 1 damage 1 time, but then double these values for this combat. So the next time this card comes back around and we draw it, it'll do 2 damage twice. And this one is deal 4 damage, gain 4 defense. So I think we're going to want to play this one. And another attack and kill this monster. These guys are called Bark Chargers, by the way. In a future update, we'll probably have the names of the enemies either here or right up here. And we will do 5 more damage here. And so he only lost 3 HP because you saw he had 2 defense right there. damage. Looks like we can't kill him this turn. So we're just gonna get defense and go back around. All right, and let's just finish this guy off here. Cool, so we finished our first combat. We're gonna get some rewards. We're gonna get 16 gold, and we're gonna get 3 cards to choose from to add to our deck going forward. So this is a pretty good card because it's gonna enable us to play more cards each time we draw a hand. So let's go with that one there. And we'll continue on, back out to the map. All right, and so here we have the Sportmonger, another enemy. Looks like he's just gonna defend this turn, so we don't have the best draw for that because we'd want to be kind of doing damage right now, but we'll play this one at the very least. All right, so now he's gonna deal 4 damage, and he's also scheming to apply a debuff. So we'll see what that debuff is here in a sec, but first let's see if we can chip some of this HP away. All right, so he gave us this debuff, which means we're gonna gain a 25% less defense anytime we play like kind of a defend card, which is a bit annoying, but it's all right. So we're gonna play that first move to get 4 energy, and then play all of these cards here. So you saw we only got 6 defense overall from 2 defends. That's because of this kind of status we have here. All right, just gonna do 11 damage. Dang, we wanted some more defend cards there, but we might actually just be able to... No, we can't kill him outright. All right, so we're gonna defend with what we can, and then play 2 attack cards here. Take a little bit of damage, and then... No, we still can't finish him off, dang it. All right. See if we can do 9 damage here. No, again, all right, not the best RNG on the draw, so let's definitely gain some defense and do a bit more damage, although it doesn't really do anything because it's just defense, and that goes away at the end of each turn. All right, and then we can kill him here. All right, so now we've got some more rewards. We got more gold. We're stacking up there. We have a potion. So this is Brain Tonic, which means draw 3 cards. So you can have 3 potions at a time, and they kind of have one-time effects. And then we're gonna add 1 more card. All right. So let's see here. Let's do... So personally, I've played with Flurry a lot. This is a good card, but I want to try out this one. Let's see how this one does. All right, cool. So here's another monster. I will take any sort of naming conventions you guys have for this monster. I think we have it, it's like something generic like Swamp Frog right now, but if anybody thinks of something cooler, I think he will, in the full version of the game, he is actually kind of lying down flat, and you can only see these fronds coming out of the ground, and then he kind of pops out of the ground on his first turn and kind of surprise attacks. Squiggly Arrow, yeah, that's maybe not my favorite name, but that's a good start, you know, get the wheels turning here. Leroy Lizard. Okay. Moving maybe in the wrong direction, but let's keep trying. Actually, Leroy Lizard's pretty good because of the surprise aspect. I like that. That's a good shout. All right. So we definitely want to defend against the 11 damage here. And then kind of the question here is, do we want to gain 5 more damage and, you know, not take any damage this round, but we also miss out on dealing 5 damage to him here? I think we'll go the safe route here just so we can get through as many monsters today as possible. Yeah, Frogman or Frog Enemy, those are nice and generic. You know, maybe we're looking for something a bit more creative, but I really enjoy that that addition you're adding to the chat. Thank you so much, Dubber. All right, so he's gonna defend, so we definitely want to do as much damage as we can here, which isn't a whole lot. I will say in the future card rewards, we probably want to be picking up more attack cards, since it seems like a lot of our cards right now are defense-based. Yeah. All right, so this is something new that we haven't seen yet, which is when he debuffed us that last round, he put these 2 cards into our deck. And so we can't do anything with these, and they kind of stun us in the sense that we only get to draw 3 cards this turn. So it kind of clogs up your deck so you don't have as much stuff to work with. Okay, let's definitely get as much defense. Yeah, so we'll just play everything here. Merc Toad, I like that. That's cool. I will say he's more of a frog than a toad. Toads are kind of like bulkier. From Under Frog, Swamp Lurker. Yeah, these are good. Keep it coming, guys. I like these. We're definitely going to find a good one today. Better than my generic Swamp Frog, so. Alright, so I'm going to get some more energy here. Deal 4 damage. Oh, you know, so I should have played this card first, because this gives me 1 resolve. And that means I'm doing more damage with my attacks each. So right now every attack does 1 extra. If I'd played this first, then I would have had 2 extra for that one I just did. So a lot of stuff like that in this game. It's like you got to figure out, you know, not only what cards should I be playing each turn, but what order can I kind of play those cards for the most efficiency. Long Frog, Frogger, Slender Frog. Swamp Kip. Wait, these are fire. Someone needs to start putting a list of all these together. Well, we can like maybe do a poll on our favorite one afterwards. All right, so I definitely want to defend. Thank you, James. That'd be clutch. All right. Oh, you know, actually, I probably didn't want to defend there. That was an oops on my bad. So I should have just played all 3 of my attacks because I could have gotten all the way through to killing him that round. All right, so there we go. Another monster down, some more gold, and we get to add another card. So, a couple different things to choose from here. Spiked armor means that whenever an enemy attacks you, you deal 3 damage back. Burn is, it's kind of like a damage over time that you put on top of an enemy, and over time it gains 1 point each turn. I'll take burn so we can see how it works, because it's a cool mechanic and it's specific to the night. Yeah. All right, so here we are in the merchant. He just says hello right now, but you know, he'll have some fun things to say to you later on in the full version of the game. So right now we don't have a lot of gold. You would usually want to go to a merchant kind of later on. But don't know if there's much we even want to do right now. I think if we had enough, we would probably upgrade a card. Fade is decent, but kind of situational, and we have a lot of defense stuff already. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, peace out, shopkeeper. It's been real, and move on to the next here. So Spirit Wells are kind of always the move because upgrading your cards is really OP. You kind of want to go through and look through, okay, how does this card get upgraded? So for example, you know, you can tell a card is upgraded when it has this glowing portion at the top, and it has a plus next to it. And for this one, you get to spend 0 energy to gain 2 energy, instead of spending 1 energy to gain 2 energy. So that's pretty good, but let's look at a couple other ones here. Counter upgraded is pretty good because you're now dealing 7 damage and gaining 7 defense, which is really powerful for just a 1 energy card. So we might go with that. Let's see what plant feet is. Okay, so that one is already upgraded. Actually, that's why we can't upgrade it. So it shouldn't even show up in this. That's just something that we'll fix later on. Spark Plus. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think this is supposed to be dynamic text, so maybe it's 3 or 4 burn, but it's not updated there. So we're going to go with counter, because I know that's a pretty good upgrade. Cool. All right, so usually we're working on our kind of map randomized generation right now, because this map changes every time you play, right? It's always kind of different, randomly generated who you're fighting, what the rewards are, the order of these nodes. Right now, you know, we shouldn't have these spirit wells back to back to back, but I will take advantage of it and get up to full health here. And then let's do, so like, you know, you'd think maybe I want to keep going to these other ones, but standard combats are good because you get to keep choosing cards. If you're confident that you can come out of that without losing too much HP, you usually want to take more fights. So that's what we're going to do here. Oh, and this MFer over here. Okay, so this is a Trapelican, and he's pretty strong. I'll show you what he does here in a second after he finishes debuffing. So yeah, always want to gain that extra energy. We'll play some defense. And I'm going to do just all sorts of damage to this guy to start, because I just hate him with a burning passion. Alright, so now this guy has his trapped up. So it should actually say exactly what's happening, but if we attack him right now, he's going to deal 12 damage back to us, kind of similar to how spikes work. So we're going to wait on attacking him right now and focus our energy on the Sporemonger. Let's inflict 2 burn on the Sporemonger, and let's get some defense and 1 resolve. All right. So now his trapped is gone, so we can go back to kind of attacking him. I think, yeah, first of all, we're going to play our gain 2 energy so that we can play all of our cards. All right, so he's close there. All right, we'll end turn. War turkey, I like that. He's got some turkey vibes going on. Alright, so let's inflict... okay, so they're going to do a lot of damage here. They're about to do 18 damage, so we definitely want to play both of our defend cards. And I will inflict 2 more burn here. Oh yeah, and we are feeble, which means we don't get as much defense, so they're really going to do some damage here. All right, let's definitely get that MFer out of here. All right, that's good. I think we don't want to take any damage. Or actually, yeah, we'll deal some damage and we'll just take 1 HP loss from 4/3. All right, so he's gonna do 11 damage. Let's see, can we kill him here? 7, 12, but each of these are doing +1, so it's 14 damage. No, we don't have enough. He'll die from the burn, but he'll attack us first, so just play everything here. Alright, so we just killed him with burn there at the beginning of our turn. Voila. The monster's lips were modeled after Dubber's, yeah. 100%. All right, so 3 more options here. Let's read through these. Feint, remove all defense from an enemy. That's pretty good. Deal 8 damage for headbutt. Deal 8 damage if enemy is undefended. Inflict confusion. That's pretty good, but it's also a 2 energy cost. And shield bash, deal damage equal to your defense. Shield bash is pretty good. I think let's try out shield bash here. Yeah, this is reminding me of very much unfinished Darkest Dungeon playthrough in a good way. Well, yeah. No, I mean, so there's a long way to go for this, for this game. There's so much more we can do with it. We're still in alpha, obviously. We start our closed beta for night holders about a month from now in January. But Darkest Dungeon, great game, another kind of similar genre to this. Would recommend for anybody. It's also like a, what would you call the aesthetic of that genre? It's like very much dark fantasy, like a lot of black and red. It's in medieval times. Yeah, it's a fun game. All right, so we are also taking suggestions for this guy as well. Currently, his name is Ground Moth. One word, but watch how he works here, and maybe you can come up with a better name than I can. All right, so he's gonna do 10 damage. So we're gonna get counter, which is such a good card. 7 damage and 7 defense and 1 energy. That's so good. And then we'll inflict some burn here. Yeah, James, is that the technical term for the genre of Darkest Dungeon? Gothic roguelike turn-based RPG. That's cool. Yeah. Dungus Beetleless. I like the Latinized style there. That's funny. All right, and so we're just gonna once again play this so we can play all of our stuff here. So let's gain defense, and let's try out Shield Bash here. I haven't used this card in the newest update, so let's see if it does what it should do, which is deal 11 damage. Oh, it deals double. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so that's probably doing its upgraded version, which is probably deal damage equal to double of your defense. So that's a bug. Good to spot that, but hey, I'll take it. 22 damage. Let's do it. All right, so we definitely want to play defense here. And then, instead of playing this card, you've probably seen me pass on playing this card a lot so far. It's because we're not getting a whole lot of value out of it because it's a card that really scales up in a combat. We'll probably play this like against a boss, or if we get it really early on in a game, a combat when there's like maybe 3 or 4 enemies, then we'll use it because it gets better and better as it goes. So I'll do some more damage here. Oh, and once again, I flubbed. I could have killed him by playing 3 attacks instead of defending. I'm trash. All right. We'll finish him off there. Oh. It didn't like that. There we go. Okay, so this is a game-breaking bug that we get once in a while on this build, which is specifically against this monster. If we end turn, sometimes okay, there it'll give us the victory screen, so. Just alpha build things. Okay, so let's see here. We already have plant feet. Let's do backhand. That's another good damage card, and it's going to inflict distraught, which is a good debuff. All right, let's go to the spirit well. Let's rest up here. Actually, let's upgrade. Let's send it. All right, which one do you guys think we should upgrade here? That's pretty good. 14 damage, 2 distraught. This is always solid. We're getting +2 energy instead of just +1. What do you guys think? Dubber says backhand. All right, we'll do backhand. All right, merchant, we have a little more gold now. And you'll notice that trinkets are empty. That's coming in a future update. We'll have trinkets, which are kind of, those are items that you get from difficult combats, and they stay with you for the whole game, for this whole playthrough, and add kind of different bonuses. So you'll see that in an update coming up. Let's see here. Yeah, like Eddie says, he's been missing general chat this whole time. If anybody is, you know, wondering where I'm pulling all of this talk from, go over to general chat at the top of the castle underneath voice channels. You can participate with everybody else chatting along. Let's do... Oh, this is tough. I'm going to go ahead and... I'll do another torch. I lied. Let's do quick to adapt. I want to survive all the way to the boss here. So more defense is always good. All right. Now we have 4 Sting Fays. I like the name Sting Fay. I'm still going to open up the floor to anybody who wants to come up with a better name than that. They've got these little stingers on their feet, and you'll see how they attack in kind of this spinning motion here in a sec. All right, let's go ahead and take out the one that is going to attack us this turn. And yeah, that's a good start. A Battlefly, yeah. You know, Battlefly, one of the other Treasure Dow cartridge partners with a really sick game coming up soon. I think, I'm not sure exactly when they're coming out of beta, but I think, you know, we're looking to have, this is some interop alpha for you guys right here. We're looking to have Battleflies as like a companion that you can bring in with your knight, and they'll hover over here behind you and give you some small bonuses, and yeah, that'll be cool. Alpha alert, alpha alert. All right, so I definitely want to defend here. And my attack doesn't do much because they have 5 defense. I think I'm going to go ahead and get this going just in case it works out that it is going to do well kind of later on. All right. Backhand, that's pretty strong. We're probably just going to whop, backhand that Sting Fay out of existence. Break its heart. All right. Goodbye. And do more damage. Cool. Okay. So this is another card where this is a common thing for enemies, is basically to debuff you, they will put cards into your deck. So when you draw them, they have negative effects. For this one, so you see we still have our our placeholder text there, but I think it should say, I want to say it's maybe 5 damage to player if in hand at end of turn. But let's see here. What do I want to do? I think, so I can kill him with this. Yeah, you like the card art? That's cool, isn't it? So as you can tell, we kind of went with like a purple palette for all of the knight cards. And then a lot of the status cards have this grayer, kind of green, sickly look to them. All right, and I think I want to... I think I can kill... Let's see if this still does double what it's supposed to. It might. No, it worked that time. What the heck? That's the time I wanted it to be bugged. All right. And we'll send it with another backhand. I can't believe this is an alpha so polished. Yeah, thanks, man. You know, we've done a lot. I think anybody who's been in testing the alpha, you know, for the past 3 months or so will say, you know, it's come a long way in that time, and we're excited to add a lot more stuff in, you know, even over the next month before closed beta. All right. I don't know if I actually want... I mean, this is a pretty solid card. I'll probably just take another one of these. All right, an elite combat. This is dun 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 the Orchid Queen. So this one's pretty badass. You'll see what it does. Yeah, I won't spoil it. So this is a good chance to use our Find Weakness because we got it in our first draw, and we're only missing out on like 4 damage here. And hopefully it'll come back up and we can do 4 damage with it, and then come back up again and we can do maybe 16 damage with it, which would be sick. Orchid made and run, yeah. Okay, scheming. Let's do this. Distraught, okay, so we still don't have that one updated in there. I want to say Distraught, it might slow down how much defense they have. I'm not sure exactly, I forget what Distraught does. All right, so yeah, let's do another gain energy here. Counter, attack, shield bash. Okay. Hand at end of turn, gain 2 feeble. Okay, so yeah, that is bugged. I thought that might happen because that was happening in the last playthrough, but so instead of actually having that happen at the end of my turn, it happened when I played it, which is kind of the opposite of what should happen there, but we'll just gain some more defense and brush it right off. All right, so can we defend against 10 attack here? Let's play this. Oh, we might actually just be able to kill. So we could do 12 damage. Yeah, actually, I don't think we can. Okay, so let's defend again. Let's see, shield bash. All right, then it did the double that time. All right, well, that's a fun bug. It only happens like half of the time. Cool. This is what you guys got to do. If you find a good bug, you got to kind of abuse it, you know? All right, so cool. This is our first trinket. Corncob pipe, all burn effects apply, +1 burn. So you'll see this goes up here, and now anytime you use burn, you're gonna get the +1 burn there. All right, so do we gotta send it with the flurry? What do you guys think? It's a pretty good card. I think let's do it. It's pretty fun. It's maybe a little OP right now. We can think about balancing it. So cool. So that's like kind of the halfway point of the act. Halfway through, you have to fight an elite, and then you have a rest afterwards. And then moving through, it's about to get a lot more difficult. The tuning goes crazy here. It probably needs to be balanced a little bit more, but I'm definitely going to rest because I know we're going to get some hard enemies coming up. Let's just go straight here. All right, so now we got 2 of these big boys. With a lot of HP. All right, so I definitely want to start with a Find Weakness and an attack. Let's see what they got for us. Oh, they're about to do 30 damage. Get out of here. All right, so I'm gonna do that. Definitely gonna do this. Get as much defense as we can. And let's take our potion. Dang it, I was hoping to get more defense cards, but it is what it is. I think we will do 14 damage in Distraught here. Oh, and yeah, one thing to mention for people who are new to this genre, the X means that however much energy you have up at that time, that's how many times it's going to happen. So deal 6 damage to a random enemy. If we did it when we had 3 energy, it would to a random enemy 3 times. Just FYI. All right. Oh, this would have been a better time to use that potion because I could use first move twice here. What the heck? All right. just get all our defense up. And shield bash this MFer. Dang, alright, so now I'm injured. Once I think you fall below, maybe it's 25% health, you get kind of into this injured state. It's not my favorite animation though. You'll notice how it's kind of clunky going back and forth between attack animations. Let's play this. And it pops back down, so we're gonna work on smoothing that out. $30 damage again. Oh, all right, I might die here, guys. Dang it. Okay, I think... Play this. Okay, that's 6. That's good. All right, we might not die quite yet. Yeah, we're gonna have 3 damage, 3 HP left. All right. Let's see if we can get through this one. So yeah, you can tell it got a lot harder as soon as we got to the second half. I think that's something we'll probably balance out a little bit more. And that's what we're going to spend a lot of time doing in the closed beta for anybody who's interested in joining. You know, if you own a knight, you automatically get into the closed beta. We're going to spend a lot of time kind of balancing things out. Like, you know, how is this card? Like, how good is this trinket? When these cards play together, like, are they too powerful or not powerful enough? Are these enemies, you know, doing too much damage? Do they have too much health? Is 2 of them too much? All of that sort of stuff. So, oh, and it looks like it's locked me out here. Dang it. Well, that might be because they just killed me, but it doesn't want to send me the defeat screen. So, yes, there you have it. Let's pop back out to the map so I can talk a little bit about what we got going on here. So, I mean, thank you everybody for hanging out and listening in. And if anybody has any sort of questions, I think now's a good time to throw them in the chat. And I'll chat a little bit more about kind of what's going on with the game, what the kind of larger vision is. But yeah, drop questions now and I'll get to them. So yeah, the way this, you know, will kind of work is that it's, you know, it's going to be free to play. You're going to be able to come in and play automatically, even if you don't own a knight, but you only have kind of access to the kind of casual mode. If you own a knight, you'll be able to play in the ranked play. Your character will look exactly like the knight you're playing as. Each of the pieces of your different knight, like the helmet, the sword, they all have different kind of effects. And you'll be able to compete for ranked leaderboards, and you'll also be able to kind of partake in the earning portion of the game. So we feel like, you know, there's a lot for people who want to come in here and play free to play, but then there's also ways for you to kind of take part in the P2E side as well. So that being said, you know, the way the map will work is that it's always going to be different if you're playing in the casual mode. The way the nodes are set up are always going to be randomized. You know, what those enemies you're playing against are randomized, what the different card rewards you get at the end of each battle are randomized, what's in the merchant, all sorts of things. And so with that, we'll be able to create very interesting daily and weekly challenges and what we call kind of event-based gameplay, where you know, you're logging in to do kind of your daily playthrough. For anybody, you know, here from the beacon, very similar to the daily dungeon, stuff like that. We'll do weeklies, and we'll probably do monthly tournaments as well, and those things will be kind of locked in. So the way the weekly will work is we'll probably generate a certain map, and for that week, it's that same map for that weekly challenge. So you can get, you know, play through it once or twice a day and kind of understand what's coming, what's, you know, what's under each node, and kind of do as much kind of research and digging to get that best playthrough possible. So really excited about that. We feel like there's a lot of space there also for community creation for anybody who's interested in kind of creating their own version of these maps and, you know, putting different pieces in different places. We'll have a really cool admin panel set up for people to do that. Maybe if people really enjoy playing that map that you've created, we can make it the weekly challenge in an upcoming week. I think that'll be really fun for people. And then moving forward, we'll have rogues, which will be dropping. So that's another playable character, comes with a totally different deck, all sorts of different pieces of armor and weaponry with different abilities. So we're really looking forward to that as well. We'll have some fun stuff like card expansion packs, cosmetics for different skins, different kind of companions who can follow you into the game, like the battleflies I mentioned earlier. And then on top of that, we'll also have ways for you to play with characters coming from other projects. So like the ones that we're working on right now are with Lifeverse. We have their Soul Knight. If you own an imbued soul, you'll be able to come in and play as their Soul Knight. We're working with Jonah over at Realm and bringing their Adventures of the Void into play our game. We're talking with Eternal Elves as well. If anybody recognizes, they're kind of an OG play to earn community that's not on Arbitrum. But yeah, so we're looking forward to bringing all sorts of interop in, come and play as your characters. I think that'll be really cool. And here I have, let's see here. Let me look. Sorry, I was not reading through the chat here, so let me... Yeah, so Eddie, here's a cool question. Any plans for purchasing different armor, sword, etc. on secondary that you can equip to your knight? You know, right now, it's kind of what your knight is, that's what his armor stays at, but you'll be able to upgrade it. Each of your armor pieces start at level 0, and you can upgrade them all the way to level 10. So there's a lot of time for you to be able to spend achieving and going through and beating bosses that you can come back and, you know, take your sword from level 1 to level 2, all the way up to level 10, where it does even better kind of damage or abilities. But we're also looking into the ability to swap some items around from NFT to NFT, maybe burn a knight, sacrifice him on the last boss, and then be able to pick apart his pieces and bring them back for your other knights. We're definitely interested in kind of as much kind of modularity we can bring to that setup. And being able to kind of, you know, maybe at some point in the future you drop in as your basic knight with no armor, and as you play through, you come back with different armor pieces and can kind of create your own knight that maybe doesn't end up as an NFT because the locked collection of 4,000 knights kind of stays at 4,000, but you'll have like a kind of a DIY put together piece by piece knight that you kind of earned by playing through the game. Mead drinking contest. Show us a battle with the strongest enemy. Yeah, sorry, I can't just drop in with the strongest enemy right now. You saw some pretty strong ones, but I will say probably 2 weeks from now, I will do another playthrough after the next build. Or actually, that's kind of like Christmas season, but probably the very beginning of January, we'll do another one of these. We'll do some more giveaways, and I'll play through again, and hopefully I'll get to the final boss this time so you can see all the Act 1 stuff. Okay, yeah, cool. So, any other questions that I missed? If not, we can move on to the giveaway time. Trinkets next build. Yeah, right now there are 2 trinkets in, and there'll be a bunch more in this next build coming up. R.I.P. Fluke. Right, you guys are funny. All right, do trinkets go into your wallet after you win a round? No, so the way trinkets work is that you can get them from playing the Squires game, and you can also get them from on secondary, but there's kind of like a core pool of trinkets that you can earn as rewards playing through. Like Corncob Pipe isn't one you can get through Squires. That's like a base trinket. And then if you have these kind of extra trinkets that you've gotten through a Squires game, then kind of the pool of possible things that your knight can get through whether treasure chests or beating monsters is expanded. So say you have, you know, 10 different potions and 10 different trinkets. Now you have the ability to get those to drop during the game to boost your ability during ranked play to do better. But they don't kind of go into your wallet at the end of the game if you earn them by playing this portion of the game. And I think maybe that sounds a little convoluted, but it'll be clear when people are playing through and you see how it kind of works with connecting your wallet and what kind of does go into your wallet at the end of the game. Just to shout out, you know, this game is totally gasless. The only kind of wallet interaction is the very beginning, and that is when you kind of sign, so it lets the game see what is in your wallet, so you know which knights you're able to play as, whether you have maybe an imbued soul, so you can play as the Soul Knight, and what those kind of trinkets and potions are, so that kind of reward pool for what you're able to pick up in game is expanded. Can you clear everything on the map, or do you choose a path and stick to it? Yeah, so you cannot go backwards. As you're moving forward, you have to stay on whatever path, and that's part of kind of the strategy is, okay, which direction am I going to go? I see if I go this way, you know, I'm going to have I'm going to have a merchant and then a battle and then an elite battle. But if I go down here, then I'm going to the spirit well, the treasure, then I can also hit the merchant. So there's kind of strategic decision making you have to make as you move through the map on which kind of direction you want to go. What would you call the most important feature of your game? Morose 789. That's a really good question. I feel like there's so many important features, but I think what we really bring to the table is how expansive the gameplay is already at this stage. I think, as you can see, there's so much to this game and so much depth to it that there's just unlimited replayability. It's kind of based off of a genre that's built to be played over and over and over again and always feel fresh and new, because there's always kind of this randomization and the generative maps and different enemies to conquer, always different rewards, so your deck looks different every time. I really love that about our game, and I think at this stage in kind of the Web3 gaming space, I think we stand out as having one of the more polished games at this point. So I'm really excited to share that with kind of the wider audience when we move into beta. But all right, I think that's a lot of good. Yeah, and I think you're welcome, Rose. And then the ability to be able to play as your own knight, I think, is really cool too. Like, there's 4,000 different knights, and no matter what your combination of shield, helmet, sword, whatever it may be, when you drop into that game, you're playing as that specific knight with its own effects, with your exact armor. I think that, like, identity and that ownership is really what Web3 gaming is supposed to be about, and I think we're really hitting the mark with that. So I'm excited for people to be able to play as their own knight. I think that's going to be really fun. Well, all right, so now I think we get to a fun part that people are waiting for, which is the giveaway. So we're going to give away 5 beta access keys, which lets you, even if you don't own a knight, will let you come in and play in the closed beta, which is really cool. And then we're going to give away 5 beacon founding characters as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do a number picker wheel here. I need to figure out exactly how many peeps are here. I'm going to do... It's probably the manual way to do it if counting is not the best, but... Let's see, 64 others. Okay, there it is at the top. So let's do through 64. And first we'll do 5 people for the beta access keys, and then we'll do 5 people for the founding characters. All right, so number 5. So I'll have James write this down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bard of the Ether. All right, so he already has a beta access since he owns a knight. So I'm just going to go to the person right below him, which is BB Fisher. All right, now I'm going to count 20 up from the bottom. This is probably not the best way to go about this, but screw it, we're here. All right, NFT Lover gets a beta access key. And we'll reach out to all of these people afterwards. Ethan, if you could just go through and get their Discord IDs, we'll reach out to you and get you set up with the beta. Okay, so that's easy. That's 3 above NFT Lover. That's Morose 789 who asked that great question. All right, congrats, Morose. All right, 9 above that. That's Insprak, who already owns a knight. Jack Bunny, do you own a knight? Yes, you do. Okay. J-Man does. Judawars does. Just Jousting. I don't know if Just Jousting owns a knight. So Just Jousting. That's you. Yeah, you're gonna fit right in here with that name. And last one here. 92. All right. Okay, that's a Cura Bomb. I think a Cura Bomb already has a knight. So let's go maybe hurry up right above him. A Cura Bomb, if I'm wrong and you don't have a knight, make sure to get you one as well. But hurry up is going to be the winner of that. All right, cool. So that's the 5 beta access keys. We have that list. We'll reach out to you guys so we can get your wallet later on. The beta starts in January, so we'll make sure to reach out and let you know when you're available to get in. But now let's move on to the crescendo here, the 5 founding characters. Let's go. Can I do? No, I can't do that. Okay. I want to do 5 at a time, but we're just going to do 1 at a time. Here it's more suspenseful, you know? All right, 14. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Candy Shop. Congratulations, Candy Shop. And James or Dubber, one of you guys making a list of these just to double check.
I got them all. I got them all.
Okay, clutch. Thanks, sir. 22. That's Dreadlord Elric. All right, an OG around here. You got a founding character coming your way, Sir Elric. $50. All right. That is Wrecked in Pieces. R-E-Q-T in Pieces. Congratulations. All right, 2 more. And that is Sukka. All right. Congratulations, my dude. And the final founding character. Dun, 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 dun. Drum roll, please. Everybody do a drum roll on your desk right now. 33. All right. Let me count down here. And that is Insprak. Congratulations, a treasure dev. Let's go. All right, since the treasure dev got one, I don't want to deny him it, but also I will do one more because I just love you guys here. So Insprak gets one, and let's do 1 extra final founding character from the beacon. Number 19. Who's it going to be? Let me count. And that is Cruz. Congratulations, Cruz, with the cool Lost Samurais PFP. No, Insprak, I'll give you one for sure, man. All right, so Cruz, the final one. Thanks so much, everybody. I just want to say thanks for coming out. We really enjoyed you here. I know a lot of you guys are from the Beacon. The Beacon is just killing it right now. Great devs over there. The game's so fun. I've been doing my daily dungeon. I think for anybody who's interested in, you know, the type of game that we played today, the card game, the roguelike deck builder, and, you know, wants to explore more places in the Treasured Out ecosystem, I think we're one of the best places to start. I hope you guys stick around and, you know, and pick up a Knight or a Squire, or come play the free-to-play version when we launch that later on in 2023 in Q1. And if, you know, maybe you don't have enough money to go buy a Knight or Squire right now, come hang out in the Discord, get to know us. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff to do for free around here as well pretty soon. So thanks so much, everybody, for showing up. It was really cool. Fun to play through that with everybody. Really good time. And we'll do this again in a few weeks. So yeah, take care, everybody. Adios.